While it is generally good to help others, there are some situations where helping certain types of people might not be beneficial or could even be harmful. Here are 8 types of people you might want to reconsider helping. Number 1. Chronic manipulators. Chronic manipulators are individuals who consistently exploit others for their own personal gain, with little to no intention of reciprocating or acknowledging the assistance they receive. These individuals are adept at identifying the vulnerabilities of those around them, skillfully using charm, deceit, and subtle coercion to achieve their objectives. They often present themselves as sincere and trustworthy, masking their true intentions beneath a facade of friendliness and concern. This veneer allows them to gain the trust and goodwill of their targets, who are often unsuspecting and genuinely believe in the manipulator's purported sincerity. Once they have secured the assistance they seek, chronic manipulators show little to no gratitude, often moving on to their next target without a second thought for the people they've used. The emotional and psychological toll on their victims can be significant, leaving them feeling betrayed, used, and often questioning their own judgment and self-worth. Chronic manipulators tend to lack empathy, viewing relationships primarily as transactions where their needs and desires take precedence over the well-being of others. This behavior can manifest in various contexts, including personal relationships, professional environments, and social interactions. The manipulator's disregard for the feelings and needs of others can lead to toxic and damaging dynamics, eroding trust and fostering a sense of exploitation and injustice. Over time, the chronic manipulator's pattern of behavior becomes evident, and they may find themselves increasingly isolated as their true nature is revealed. However, their ability to move on to new social circles or environments means that they are perpetually on the lookout for new opportunities to exploit, perpetuating a cycle of manipulation and deceit. Recognizing and addressing the behaviors of chronic manipulators is crucial to protecting oneself and maintaining healthy, reciprocal relationships. Number 2. Habitual complainers. Habitual complainers are individuals who perpetually find fault with their circumstances, no matter how favorable or accommodating their environment might be. These individuals often have a pervasive negative outlook, seeing the glass as perpetually half empty. This constant dissatisfaction manifests in a steady stream of complaints, ranging from minor gripes about everyday inconveniences to more significant grievances about their personal and professional lives. Habitual complainers tend to focus on the negative aspects of any situation, overlooking or minimizing the positive elements. Their complaints can cover a wide spectrum, including dissatisfaction with work, relationships, service, weather, and even the behavior of others. This pattern of behavior not only affects their own mood and outlook, but can also be draining and demoralizing for those around them. Friends, family, and colleagues may find it challenging to maintain a positive attitude in the face of relentless negativity, often feeling frustrated and helpless in their attempts to offer solutions or provide support. Despite efforts to address their concerns, habitual complainers are rarely satisfied, as their underlying issue is not necessarily with the specific circumstances but with their broader perspective on life. This tendency to complain can stem from various psychological factors, including anxiety, depression, a need for attention, or a deep-seated sense of inadequacy. Over time, this behavior can create a toxic atmosphere, leading to strained relationships and a lack of patience and empathy from others. Habitual complainers may also inadvertently alienate themselves as people grow weary of the constant negativity and begin to distance themselves. Recognizing the habitual complainer's behavior is the first step in mitigating its impact. Encouraging a shift in focus towards gratitude and positive aspects of life, while also setting boundaries to protect one's own mental well-being, can help manage interactions with these individuals. Developing empathy and understanding the root causes of their behavior is essential, but it is equally important to maintain a healthy balance in relationships to prevent being overwhelmed by their perpetual dissatisfaction. Number 3. Energy vampires. Energy vampires are individuals who drain the vitality and emotional resources of those around them, often without conscious intent or malice. These people frequently demand attention and support, seeking constant validation and reassurance from others while rarely reciprocating or considering the well-being of those they rely on. Their behavior can be characterized by excessive complaining, dramatic emotional outbursts, and an inability to function independently. Energy vampires often exhibit a pervasive sense of entitlement, expecting others to prioritize their needs and feelings above all else. This constant demand can leave their friends, family, and colleagues feeling exhausted, overwhelmed, and depleted. In social interactions, energy vampires may dominate conversations, turning every discussion back to their own experiences and problems. They rarely listen attentively, instead using others as sounding boards for their endless grievances and self-centered narratives. This lack of reciprocal communication can erode the listener's emotional reserves, as the energy vampire's needs seem insatiable. Moreover, their negativity and pessimism can be contagious, pulling those around them into a similar state of despondency. The impact of energy vampires extends beyond emotional fatigue. It can also strain relationships and affect mental health. Constant exposure to such draining behavior can lead to stress, anxiety, and even depression. It's important for individuals dealing with energy vampires to set boundaries and practice self-care. Limiting interactions, redirecting conversations, and encouraging the energy vampire to seek professional help are strategies that can mitigate their draining effects. Ultimately, recognizing the presence of energy vampires in one's life and taking proactive steps to protect one's emotional well-being is crucial for maintaining healthy and balanced relationships. Number 4. Untrustworthy individuals. Untrustworthy individuals are those who have consistently demonstrated that they cannot be relied upon. They often engage in behaviors such as lying, breaking promises, or betraying confidences. Such actions undermine the foundation of trust, which is essential in any relationship, whether personal or professional. For instance, a person who frequently lies, even about minor matters, creates an environment of doubt and suspicion. Over time, others become hesitant to believe anything they say, knowing that the truth is likely obscured or distorted. Similarly, someone who betrays confidences, such as by sharing private information that was entrusted to them, not only disrespects the person who confided in them but also damages their own reputation. This breach of trust can have far-reaching consequences, leading to the erosion of relationships and loss of opportunities. In professional settings, untrustworthy behavior can manifest as failing to meet commitments, taking credit for others' work, or acting in self-interest at the expense of the team or organization. Such conduct can create a toxic work environment, reduce morale, and hinder collaboration. People generally expect a certain level of integrity and honesty in their interactions. When individuals repeatedly fail to meet these expectations, they are often viewed with skepticism and wariness. Rebuilding trust once broken is a challenging and often lengthy process, requiring consistent and genuine efforts to demonstrate reliability and integrity. However, not all individuals are willing or able to make these efforts, and some may continue to engage in deceitful or selfish behaviors, further solidifying their reputation as untrustworthy. Ultimately, the presence of untrustworthy individuals can have a significant negative impact on the dynamics of any group or relationship, emphasizing the importance of fostering and maintaining trustworthiness in all aspects of life. Number 5. Perpetual victims. Perpetual victims are individuals who habitually view themselves as the aggrieved party in nearly all situations, consistently attributing their difficulties and setbacks to external factors rather than their own actions or decisions. This mindset can become a deeply ingrained pattern where they feel wronged by circumstances, people, or societal systems. They may frequently recount stories of how they've been mistreated or unfairly disadvantaged, often seeking sympathy and validation from others. This perspective allows them to avoid confronting their own potential role in their problems, whether through poor choices, lack of effort, or other personal shortcomings. By externalizing blame, perpetual victims can perpetuate a cycle of helplessness and passivity, where they feel powerless to change their situation because they believe the forces against them are too overwhelming. This can lead to a self-fulfilling prophecy, where their lack of proactive behavior ensures that their circumstances do not improve, reinforcing their victim narrative. In social and professional contexts, this attitude can be particularly draining for those around them, as perpetual victims may be seen as lacking accountability and resilience. Their constant focus on their own suffering can overshadow others' experiences and needs, making it difficult to build balanced and mutually supportive relationships. Additionally, this mindset can stymie personal growth, as they are less likely to engage in self-reflection and development. Instead of learning from their experiences and taking constructive steps to improve, they remain stuck in a loop of perceived victimhood. Addressing this pattern often requires significant effort and support, including therapy or counseling, to help them recognize and change their thought patterns and behaviors. By fostering a greater sense of agency and responsibility, they can begin to break free from the cycle of perpetual victimhood and take more control over their lives. Number 6. People with no intention of changing. People with no intention of changing often seek help, advice, or sympathy from others, but they lack the genuine willingness to take the necessary steps to improve their situations. These individuals may express dissatisfaction with their current circumstances and even articulate a desire for change, yet their actions reveal a different story. They may attend therapy sessions, solicit advice from friends or family, or engage in self-help activities, but they approach these efforts passively, expecting external forces to resolve their issues rather than actively participating in the process. This behavior can stem from a variety of underlying issues, such as fear of the unknown, discomfort with the effort required for change, or a deep-seated belief in their own helplessness. Consequently, they may resist implementing any suggestions or strategies offered to them, finding excuses or rationalizing their inaction. This passivity can frustrate those who are genuinely trying to help, as it becomes clear that their efforts are not being met with reciprocal effort. The cycle often continues with the individual complaining about the lack of progress or the persistence of their problems, further entrenching their dependency on others. Over time, this can lead to strained relationships, as friends, family, or professionals may feel drained or disheartened by the lack of improvement and the apparent waste of their support. The individual's refusal to take responsibility for their own growth perpetuates their stagnant state, reinforcing a sense of helplessness and victimhood. Breaking this cycle requires a fundamental shift in mindset, where the individual recognizes their own agency and the importance of taking active steps toward change. This often necessitates a deeper, more honest self-reflection and a commitment to embracing the discomfort and effort involved in transforming one's life. Without this internal shift, their reliance on others to fix their problems is likely to continue, leaving both their issues and their relationships unresolved. Number 7. Enablers of bad behavior. Enablers of bad behavior are individuals who, often with good intentions, inadvertently reinforce or encourage harmful habits in others. By providing assistance or support in ways that mitigate the immediate consequences of someone's actions, enablers can contribute to the perpetuation of negative behaviors, such as substance abuse, irresponsible financial habits, or unhealthy relationships. For example, a parent who repeatedly bails out their adult child from financial trouble may prevent them from experiencing the natural repercussions of their spending habits, thereby discouraging financial responsibility. Similarly, a friend who covers for someone's excessive drinking or drug use by making excuses or handling responsibilities on their behalf may shield them from realizing the full impact of their addiction. This well-meaning support can create a safety net that reduces the urgency for the person to change their behavior, as they do not face the direct and often painful consequences of their actions. Over time, this can lead to a cycle where the enabler feels increasingly burdened and the individual engaging in the harmful behavior becomes more dependent on external support. Enabling can thus hinder the individual's growth and recovery by fostering a reliance on others rather than promoting self-sufficiency and accountability. Breaking this cycle requires a shift from enabling to empowering, where support is offered in ways that encourage responsibility and positive change. This might involve setting clear boundaries, encouraging the individual to face the consequences of their actions, and promoting access to professional help or resources that address the root causes of their behavior. Number 8. Those who exploit others' kindness. Individuals who exploit others' kindness are those who habitually take advantage of the goodwill extended to them, showing little to no gratitude or effort towards self-sufficiency. These people often rely on the generosity of friends, family, or colleagues, manipulating their compassion to secure continuous help and support. They might frequently ask for favors, financial assistance, or emotional support, knowing that their benefactors are too kind-hearted to refuse. Instead of using this assistance as a stepping stone to improve their situation, they become dependent on it, expecting others to solve their problems while making minimal effort to change their circumstances. This exploitation can take a toll on the helpers, who may feel emotionally and financially drained over time. The lack of appreciation or acknowledgement from the exploiter exacerbates the situation, leading to resentment and frustration among those who are being taken advantage of. Helpers might initially be motivated by a genuine desire to assist, but the continuous demands and lack of reciprocation can erode their willingness to help, causing strain in relationships. The exploiter's behavior is often characterized by a sense of entitlement, where they believe they deserve the help they receive without recognizing the impact of their demands on others. This entitlement can prevent them from developing essential life skills and personal responsibility, as they rely on the crutch of others' kindness. To address this issue, those being exploited need to set firm boundaries and encourage the exploiter to take steps towards independence. This might involve refusing further assistance until the exploiter demonstrates efforts to improve their situation or seeking professional help to address underlying issues. By promoting accountability and self-reliance, the cycle of exploitation can be broken, allowing both parties to cultivate healthier and more balanced relationships. It's important to set boundaries and recognize when your help might not be effective or appreciated. This ensures that your support goes to those who truly need and value it.